So most people don't realize this, but I actually negotiated for both the shooter and the getaway driver to get a lower sentence. Because in my opinion, yeah, they did a stupid thing. I didn't think they deserved to like ruin their life because they made a bad choice.
You're a good man, Baron.
So like when people say like if anyone ever says I'm fucking hard on my ex-wife, well, she fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
These kids didn't. So I actually negotiated a lower sentence.
How long?
The shooter ended up getting 152 months, and the getaway driver got 106 months.
How many is 152 months? How many years?
That's 10 years.
Yeah, it's a little over 10 years. So 120 is 10 years, right? So you add
like that.
about just under 12 or 13 years. Around
Okay,
there.
that's a long time.
Yeah,
That's
a long
He's
time.
gonna have to think about
were they gonna
that
give him
dumbass
originally?
act for a long
Originally, I'm not sure what they were both charged with accessory to first degree murder, which is 300 months. So I didn't think 300 months, which is 25 years, was valid for them. Like my thing is like I want these kids to be able to come out of jail, hopefully with the mindset that yeah, I fucked up. This isn't something I should have done, and I want to actually be productive in society. I believe the getaway driver will walk that path. I don't know about the shooter, but that was my intent. Like if I can show compassion to these guys, show them that I forgive them, that maybe when they come out of jail they'll actually be something worth for society rather than.
Did the getaway driver? Did he show up with a shaved head and go, "Oh,
no"?
it's time
Actually, he was a good
it's
kid.
time to get out of here." Yeah.
Actually, it's sad because he came from a good family. I
Really?
can't say the same
He
thing
didn't,
for
he
his.
didn't try to be
Really?
Jason Statham, though.
Yeah, he actually came from a good
I don't
Mexican
believe he
family.
was trying to be Jason Statham.
What if he did?
that
What
would
if he
be
was
out
like
of-
a half Latino and he showed up with a shaved head?
He wouldn't have the ability.
No,
to
but I
even
wouldn't.
do a
I
good-
wouldn't have been as compassionate if that was the
think-
case. You know,
Okay,
like,
I think
yeah.
okay. Either two of the kids who did this, they pulled this off. I think you need a low IQ to
Yeah.
probably do it. So they both probably had a low IQ. They're dumb. They weren't thinking about repercussions. Neither one of them could have pulled off a solid Jason Statham impression. You got to be just. You
Not
got to.
like mine.
Yeah, there's no. And if you just have, I mean, if me and you are gonna go kill someone for some reason we thought this was a good idea, and you did a Jason Statham impression right before we did, I think I would be like, dude, what are we doing? Like that was hilarious, by the way. But like. That's funny that you did the Jason Statham impression. By the way, good impression. But like, why are we going to kill this guy? We should probably not.
Well, in all
Listen,
fairness,
just get in the car. And shut
in
your
all
mouth.
fairness,
I'm fucking Jason Statham. Get in the fucking car.
Listen, you twit. You get in the car. I push down on the gas and we go.
No, dude, that's
We're
so
gonna
funny.
go kill-
Italia, am I doing
no,
well?
but in all fairness to the
Italia looks like I
getaway
just pissed in her
driver,
smoothie.
they were actually planning to do a second hit on me because they failed.
No way.
And
So
the
fuck
getaway
them.
driver is the one that said, no, I'm not doing it. Like
Good.
when he found out who I was, I
Right.
had a kid, and realized what he had originally been part of,
Right.
he had no interest of being part of the second attempt. So when they arrested him, they were actually in the process of planning a second try at me.
No way.
And yeah, it wouldn't have ended well with them.
Right.
Because I
got a
already had
gun.
told my current woman I'm with, like, they're coming back.
Yeah.
And the minute they walk through this door is the last thing they're gonna remember. It's
Right,
like,
right,
yeah,
right.
But I'm glad they didn't, right? Like,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I don't know how I would feel if I had to go and
Kill a couple people.
kill a couple of idiots.
Jeez.
Right?
Is
Like,
it?
so,
Do you have a hard time at airports now?
No, actually, it's funny. We talked about this the last pod. Like, I have like this bullet right here in my arm. It's actually popped up now. You can't even. It doesn't even go through the metal detector. It goes through the metal detectors without even going off. Like,
Really?
yeah. So I would thought I was gonna get stopped at the airport every single time I go through.
Yeah.
But no, nothing.
Have you ever had a conversation with the dudes who shot you?
So, spoiler alert! If you guys are gonna watch my documentary, I actually haven't been able to converse with the shooter or the getaway driver, but I did speak with the getaway driver's parents.
Wow, that's amazing.
You should have tried to fuck his mom, Baron.
I mean, you could still try to.
Yeah.
We could facilitate that. Also, as
Good parents.
service,
I'm going to tell you right off the bat,
Really?
the kid had good parents.
So, but he was still like. Am I right about him being just dumb though? Was he kind of low?
Yeah,
He was
just-
dumb.
Well, he made a stupid choice.
Sure.
I think kids at that age make stupid choices. I think like I'm a Gen X, right? And I think if we had cell phones, I'd be immortal because I'd been richer than fucking Johnny Knoxville. I put it that way, right? We grew up and we all did stupid shit.
Sure, you could have filmed it, yeah.
But we didn't have fucking cameras on us, right? That's the only difference. We're in a generation now that everyone's under a camera. But like I did some stupid shit when I was growing up, and if I had it on camera, I'd probably be canceled as well. So
Have you ever wished that your wife ends up in that prison in Northern California that's like the rape club? Where,
absolutely.
Is she there?
I hope so. No, she's not.
Because
though.
there's one where it's like
Yeah.
all the chicks get sexually assaulted.
By who?
By like probably there's like some lesbian.
Yeah, but I
guards.
think she'd enjoy
lesbian
it.
guards.
To be honest with you, she's sick in the head. So I mean, who knows?
I mean, it's. I mean, it would not be a good thing to wish, but just if
Yeah.
she ended up in any of the prisons, there is one where the chicks get assaulted by maybe bull-dyke guards.
Yeah.
And like it'd be. I mean,
I wouldn't have any remorse for her if
Yeah.
that's what you're asking.
if,
I mean,
what
like,
if one of them came in? Her name was Belinda.
Yeah.
She was a guard, and she had a strap on, and she had a taser.
if she was a guard, I would probably say, hey, you know what? If you have a Amazon Prime account and you want a few things on your account,
Yeah.
just give me a call. You know, like no problem. You
New
know, like,
Bluetooth speaker,
yeah,
pair of
like,
sunglasses.
yeah, I have no problem giving
Hell
up
yeah.
a few dollars.
Buy her the
Yeah.
dildo that she's gonna
Yeah.
fucking, you know.
Or the
Yeah.
GoPro that
Get
she's
the
gonna
prop
film
from
it
the
on.
movie
You know,
Seven.
like,
Yeah.
right? Like you
gonna be
need a
filmed.
new GoPro to film the
Yeah,
occasion.
do
you know?
it.
You need some scented candles to mark the occasion. You know,
I
like,
love
yeah,
Baron,
yeah.
dude. Baron's classic, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, look at fucking Matisse. He loves.
He
He
feels
Matisse
good
is the-
vibes, dude.
Yeah.
he's
called
not
like
going to eat you,
Skin.
Matisse. It's okay.
Stop it. Was that an Asian?
I'm
That is
Asian, but
sick.
I wouldn't eat Matisse.
You're a
Yeah.
sick
I
fuck.
definitely would. I definitely
You
would.
could not make that
Jesse's
joke.
hungry.
You didn't
I
like
definitely
that.
Jesse's looking at Matisse.
Jesse's like,
Good dogs, you know.
depends on the sauce.
If,
The
if
best
you
kind.
had
Yeah.
to eat a dog, though, Matisse does look
Oh yeah,
tasty.
if you did have an eat dog, what breed of dog would you eat?
Right there, dude. I'm
Oh.
eating
No.
that thing. I'm
Pomeranian?
eating that thing.
No.
I'm eating that thing.
Matisse is too much fur.
It
dude.
would probably be a
I'm
golden
shaving it, and then I'm
retriever.
fucking
for
Golden
me.
eating
retriever.
Yeah,
Okay.
golden retriever. They are
bull.
so like relaxed. They look like they have that plush lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the meat's got to be pretty tender.
See, but
Like
you
veal.
are what
Yeah.
you eat, so
veal.
pit bulls for me. Because you are what
Yeah,
you
but
eat.
that's tough.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
are what you eat.
That's like eating like a fucking Applebee's sirloin.
I'll
or
make
something.
it sausage. I'll put
Yeah.
it through a
Yeah,
meat
it's a
grinder.
little
I'll put it
grind-
through a
it's a
fucking.
little
I'll make it
rough.
stew. I'll slow cook
Yeah.
it.
I
I'll
want
slow
Joe
cook it.
Rogan's golden retriever.
Yeah.
It's got the best life ever.
Was
I
that
want
like
to eat
a
marshmallow.
Morton's fillet right there? Is that a
You
Morton's?
want to eat Joe Rogan? You're going on the record and saying you want to eat Joe Rogan's golden retriever?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that going to do for a comedy career?
Well, I mean, if I have to eat a dog, it's
And
probably
what
not gonna be
happens?
good.
What
we
happens?
can't go in Austin.
What happens if you end up on Joe Rogan's podcast and he replays this clip? So you motherfucker wanted to eat my golden retriever. What are you gonna say to him?
I would tell him that, like you said, it's probably got the tenderest meat. It's like the veal of the dog world. Did you watch Joe Rogan's new special?
Not yet.
He's got a
You?
pretty good joke.
Yeah.
He's got a joke about how he found out through 23andMe that he's 1.6% black.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was wondering recently how black you have to be to say the N word.
Right.
Oh my God.
Apparently, 1.6% isn't enough.
Oh my God.
That's great.
And then
That's
he
a
talks.
funny
And then he
joke.
talks about watching like the entire highlight reel of him saying the N word.
You know-
and
you-
it being like, Jesus,
You know, it's
maybe I am
perception.
racist. Stop
You know-
already. There's 3.5 more minutes of this.
No.
You know, it's
So
perception,
funny.
right? To use the N word.
What's that?
It's all perception.
I totally agree. I have no hard and fast rule about saying the N word. But it
mean,
was just a funny
yeah.
take because
Rampage. I saw Rampage go on a pod and say
Who?
that Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, from
Rampage,
MMA.
Rampage.
Yeah.
Why do you-
UFC? UFC.
English is a second language, Danny. So
that's
stop.
you've never used that excuse before.
No, it's the right excuse.
Rampage, dude.
It's Rampage. He said that everyone has the N word bad, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's the man, dude. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
but
him even
that's the
more now.
reality. It's like we can use words like chink and gook and cracker and whatever, but the N word is off limits.
I know everybody uses. I mean,
Why is
yeah.
that- why
Shane
is
Gillis
that?
uses Chank, and like he's big time.
Yeah, like it's okay for me to say chank, right? Because they say because I'm Asian, but a white guy can say chank, a black
Damn it, I
guy can
just
say
said it.
chank. Like, yeah, it's like no problem.
accident.
I will say this. I was rewatching some World War II documentaries with my parents this week for summer break. I think Japanese people should have to be considered white and should never get minority or person of
The
color
amount of people
protection.
they persecuted.
Because, dude, the amount of havoc they wreaked
Yeah.
in the 30s and 40s, the
Yeah.
amount of people they brutally killed, the amount of colonization
Yeah.
they engaged in, they can never, like, they were like, hey, we kill you and we kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Annihilated.
just a little person of
They
color.
annihilated.
Get back with the white people,
Exactly.
dude. You guys are white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
Well-
what you fucking did.
But that's why I laugh, because when I talk about Black Americans, and not all of them, because I got a lot of Black friends aren't that victim mentality and feel like they're persecuted. But this whole crime about racism and about how they went through slavery and shit is nothing compared to like fucking some of the shit Asians went through, like the Chinese went through or the Koreans went through when Japan fucking conquered them. Like
Crazy
like
shit.
we're talking centuries. Like we're talking America is what 200, 300 years old. Like it's nothing compared to what Genghis Khan did to fucking
But
all. You know, like
I mean, the Japanese,
Like,
dude. Like,
yeah,
I
they're
mean, just
annihilated.
that was like less than 100 years ago. Just
Yeah.
like, all right, hey, we just rolled into your town. Line up next
Exactly.
to that ditch, and we're all going to shoot you in the back of the
Exactly.
head. How does that
Exactly.
sound?
Exactly.
How does that fucking
Yeah.
sound? Yeah,
So-
Japanese people, their person of color card is being revoked right here and right now.
But that's why I say like this. If Americans don't understand what's outside of this country and what people actually have endured, fucking what we did here in America is no different or no worse than what has happened in other countries, and it's still happening in other countries. Go to Africa to this day right now.
Yeah.
People are still suffering the
They're
same
enslaved.
same
Yeah,
shit.
they're slaves,
Exactly,
so-
it's no different.
I think
so.
it's interesting how to watch the left kind of go around, like try to,
paint a picture.
or like when you tell them that, which is straight facts
Mm-hmm.
based on what we have from historical data,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. This is the truth. Everybody was enslaved,
Right.
or a lot of people, a lot more people than you think, at the same times.
I wish one more person sitting to
You
my
know,
left
you know
would
who's
be.
fucked up. You know whose people is fucked up here in America that we don't even talk about. The WAPs. Your
Yeah,
people.
no.
I-
They were-
the
they
Wops
were-
are-
dude, they treat
Then
treat
we're
us
talking
like
about
shit.
the fucking Irish right here. My boy Danny Mullen, the fucking Irish
willing
that
to work
fucking
for a
got
quarter of a
starved.
Yeah, go back to your country.
Like
Okay.
seriously, like like I got two fucking
Treating
oppressed
him like
people
shit.
sitting here with me,
That's right.
and they don't get
That's
the
right.
credit
Nuts,
that
dude.
happens.
We're
right?
pretty
Like,
oppressed. Do you guys
We
hear
are
that?
oppressed.
Yeah,
That's all the girls
we
left. They
wanna-
didn't like
if
the
we wanna
talk.
say that.
That's all. We're oppressed. He's Italian. I'm Irish.
Yeah,
We're
if we wanted to
oppressed.
say that black people are oppressed, and guess what? I'm sitting here with two oppressed men. Exactly, same concept,
right,
right?
dude.
And,
We're
and
fucking
Leo's
oppressed.
gay too. So
Well, yeah, well,
Danny had double vaginals.
That's-
He's closer to bi than I'm.
yeah,
Danny's might
that's
be bi.
questionable.
I'm
Like,
super straight.
I think the only reason Danny, if Leo's gay, it's not by choice. It's because he's so goddamn good looking
That
that
I just got bored
every,
of pussy.
Every
Yeah.
man wants him.
Thank
Every
you, buddy.
woman
Yeah,
wants him.
I
right?
think at some point,
Yeah,
I might get
yeah.
bored of pussy, and I'll be like, you know what, dude?
Well, no, you
Might happen
want
sooner
it by
than you
both
think.
sides. Like it's hard. Like if you have guys coming at you all the time, it's hard to finally you give in, right? Like
Yeah,
it's not really.
He gives
gay.
it pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey, by the way, can I get the real story?
Mm-hmm.
Why were you kicked off The Bachelorette? I really want to know, like personally,
well,
because I
the
didn't watch.
Bachelor in Paradise,
Yeah.
because I kind of had a scuffle with the guy. I mean, I just threw a drink on a guy, and then, I mean, I can't say a lot because these fuckers made me sign a big contract with,
Was it part
$5
of
million.
was can I use the word cock block? Was that involved?
No, it
No?
just basically I threw a drink on a guy and I called him a bitch. I called him a grocery store bitch, and then he didn't take it very well, and I was just saying that everybody was full of shit. Then he got up in my face, so I was, and then like he said I wouldn't call him a bitch to his face, so I called him a bitch to his face, and then the rest ensued.
How's his career now?
I think he's doing pretty well, honestly. Yeah, I think we're.
So you catapulted his
I
career?
don't know how he's okay. The batch people, it's like you might have a good Instagram, but I don't like know how that translates